Hello everyone! It's good to have you here. I hope your last week of March went well, and I'll be happy to share mine with you today. Spring is finally here, and it's been incredible to see all the trees get greener and the flowers bringing more colors into our lives. And with this new season comes a sense of renewal and new beginning. It always feels great to take a step back and see what changes we'd like to incorporate to our lives. What's the prospect of this future season? It's actually time for quarter 2 of the year, starting April 1st. I have a section dedicated to quarterly planning in my journal, so I have yet to sit and write, first of all, the outcomes of the first quarter, what worked, what didn't, my feelings and thoughts based on the systems I wanted to set up for myself. And the second thing I need to do is to rethink those systems, removing ones that don't align with me and adding ones that would for the upcoming quarter of 2024. I can't believe 3 months have already passed since the new year, and I feel like I learned so much in that short period of time. I've been reading more non-fiction / self-development books these days. Maybe it's because I'm still looking for work and I need to find a purpose and a reason not to blame myself every day for it. But these books have helped a lot, actually. I'm trying to focus on each day and not being so caught up in the future, making small improvements and initiating small actions to slowly bring myself to the person I want to be. And of course, it's always easier said than done, right? I do find myself back in the loop of self-doubt with all my insecurities sometimes. But it's been a good challenge to bring awareness to those thoughts when they appear, stopping the flow of this negative cycle. Good thing journaling is my hobby, because it is literally the one activity recommended when feeling overwhelmed, and it does calm my brain quite fast. I do have another book for when I need to get things out of my brain and write mindlessly, but I feel like writing and decorating pages in my Hobonichi is a different way to relieve stress. It takes more time and concentration. I'm more careful avoiding misspelling words, for example, or thinking longer on where I want to arrange the decorations. It's more therapeutic and satisfying. One of you mentioned being surprised at how I'm openly sharing what I write in my journal, but honestly, my Hobonichi is designed more as a gratitude journal and a log of my day. I don't go too deep in it. It's mostly for memory keeping and appreciating what's there at the moment. That's why it's such a calming activity, sitting with this book. With all that, I'm happy to say that I officially completed the month of March in this journal. Yay! And that feels so satisfying, considering the struggle I was feeling writing back in February. I did have to catch up on a few pages near the end of the month, because I was out of town for a bit, which I guess you'll see some clips of later in this video. But overall, I'd say I was pretty consistent. I think taking out the productivity tools from the dailies was a good call, keeping the page super simple, and that's something I want to keep doing for the upcoming months. I'll show that more in detail during the flip through of this video, so I hope you enjoy. I'll leave you with some more life snippets and the final March Hobonichi flip through. All right, it is time for the final flip through of the month of March in my Hobonichi. It's been a while, I guess, because I did not do any flip through in February. If you have been watching my videos, you probably know that it has been a bit of a rough month for me. February overall, I skipped a lot of pages. I'm not a fan of how they look. There's just a lot going on that I just was not happy about, and I think it's okay. I could just move on, and March felt like a great way to put that aside and then start kind of fresh. So without further ado, let's jump right in and see what March was all about. So for the year at a glance view, I kept it pretty much the same as February, and it worked pretty well for me. I was consistent with running 1 day out of 2. A little tip, do not run every day if you're starting, because you need time to rest for your muscles in your body. And also it just makes it easier to look forward to the next session when having that in-between break. And yeah, so in this journal, I really like how it looks at the end. It feels pretty satisfying to see the effort and the growth, and it's practical also, not just aesthetic. Because as much as I love a pretty page, sometimes it's best when it's actually useful, you know? And here I have yet to add the end word of the month. I love doing that, and I'm excited at the end to see kind of like how my mentality has shifted from month to month. And that's pretty much it for my year at a glance page. Let's move on to the calendar view. All right, here. So in the video where I talk about how I set up my book, I mentioned how the calendar view would be only used for social media and pomme palettes specifically. And I like that. I think it makes it really clear, and also it makes it more real when, for instance, I stop posting for a week. Then I can clearly see it blank. It's a way for me to feel more consistent and being accountable. And so yeah, this month I've only posted 2 videos, I guess, and well, this one is technically from February, so that's something I definitely want to get better at for next month, is trying to post more often on YouTube. If you see, January was pretty okay. And then February was like here and there, and then March is like, nope. So yeah, in April, I want to get back to posting more frequently and just keep pomme palette running. Now for the weeklies. Yes, that's really useful. I never use it on a daily basis, but for this video, I guess it's perfect. I'll put it here. For the weekly, I'm still using it the same way I've been doing in the previous months, even in my previous book. I did explain a little bit my system, but if it's your first time here, well, first of all, thank you for being here, and hello, welcome. But yeah, if you're not familiar with this, I basically track my days and I tag them with a color that represents an area in my life. So yellow is art and work, pink is all about like self-care and hobbies, blue is all about YouTube, green is all about social life, and gray is just life stuff. So yeah, meals, laundry, groceries. My month of March had quite a lot of phases. For instance, this first week, I was drawing so much for my portfolio, and seeing it all yellow makes me like pretty proud that I was able to pull it off. I had a deadline by the 8th, so that's why I was really focused on this for a while. And then after that, you can see there's a lot of pink. It was like basically working hard and then reward. And it felt great. And then slowly going back to a more regular week, and then work a little bit on YouTube. That's where I was like, okay, now I gotta get back to video. And yeah, it's a fun like visual way to see that happen throughout the month. And here I was traveling for 3 days, so it was basically only social. And after the trip, there's a lot of gray. And I feel like this system is not only good for like tracking and kind of memory keeping, but it's also nice to feel less bad when we have slower days. It's a good way to kind of forgive ourselves and be more realistic too with how you spend your time. So I like that. And this is this week. And yeah, the more you see time going, the more it's colorful. This week, I was not traveling. I was not in an intense crunch for like a project. Usually, weeks look more like this for me, where it's a bit of everything and it's more balanced in a way. So yeah, I'm probably going to keep working with this system again. I think it's actually the easiest way to use this part of the journal for me, because I don't plan in here. I have my little planner there, where I do more like to-do lists and everything. So I don't really need it for that purpose. And because of how the hours are laid out, I think this is just really convenient. That's all for my weeklies. I quickly wanted to mention the quarterly planning that I have, because I did talk about it earlier in the video. Oops, right here. We reached the end of quarter one, and these were like systems that I was trying to set up for myself for this first quarter. And now I have this little part here to write down what worked and what didn't, and then move some things either to the next quarter or like just delete it. Now that it's like the end of March, I can finally go back to this part of my notebook and do a little bit of writing. So yeah, I'll take care of that when I have a little bit more time. All right, let's move on to the actual dailies. Boop. And this little bookmark was, again, really helpful. These two. I will arrange them here. Okay, so those who have been watching my YouTube channel for a little while, you may recognize this kind of layout, design, and especially with the monthly page. I brought back the little highlights of the month, and I'm loving it. I don't know why I stopped doing this in the first place. I will definitely keep doing this in April. So this month was really about self-growth, just taking care of my mental health, which, oh my god, I feel like I say that every month, but really it is a year. It is a year. It's pretty rough, so I guess that's the best I can do. And so having those little highlights make me realize that my month was pretty full. I was able to achieve certain things, and I love to just have an image of what made me feel great this month and what brought me a lot of comfort. Shows I was watching, friends I was seeing, and habits I started to include in my everyday life. So that's something that I want to keep preciously and take a look at it from time to time to remind myself that I'm doing good. And the pages, the dailies. I brought back these stamps. As I mentioned in my previous video, I removed all the practical, wait, let me bring back like this page. All the practical aspects, the meal tracking, all the tracking, the to-dos, like I removed all of that and just went to a blank page with the day and a little bit of decoration. That's all. And honestly, that's what I need. I cannot give myself more things to put in there because I will just not write in the page. And that's something I realized soon enough in February. Oh my god, look. Yeah, February was a lot of those. So yeah, this is something that I learned and that I don't want to do again. I don't want to feel pressured to open my book and realize that I have so much to catch up or I have so much to write. And I guess you can kind of tell in the way I decorated. I don't know if it's just me, but well, I can tell I had way more fun decorating these pages this month. Which, if you think of it, I was using the same tools as last month, but just I was happier about it. I don't know, it might sound really simple, but I was just having more fun. And I guess treating this journal more as like a playful thing rather than something I have to do or maintain. March was all about finding the excitement again. And at the end of the month, I did have to go back in, especially that first week where I was like drawing and crunching on this project, but it didn't feel overwhelming because it's so simple. Yeah, that's one of my favorite spreads actually. You have seen it. I was lucky enough to catch it on video. And yeah, I just kept going, writing more about my day and my activities, what I'm watching. It's really simple, really straightforward. I'm glad I found a way to feel creative again in this book and not feeling so pressured. Oh yeah, this is also one of my favorite. I love testing out new color combinations, and this like yellowish green, yeah, it's like a hard color to match, but fortunately that red really popped, and then I decided to bring back a bit more of that in there. I don't know, it's just so much fun. And so yeah, I just kept going. And the dailies look pretty much the same, but honestly, once you find something that works for you, I say just stick to it and keep going, if that's the best advice I can give. Oh, also, I realized that this month I really try to be quicker in making decisions, because I realized I would get sometimes so caught up into which sticker I would put where, and like exactly the angle and overlapping them. But now I decided to make a decision within like 5 seconds. If I don't decide, I just take it and I put it, and it's too late. I can't go back, because some of these stickers really stick. Like once you put them, it's like pretty much impossible to take them out without like damaging the page. And yeah, that's something that I tested this month. Quicker action and decision making, and that worked wonders. And I love little accidents like this. This is cute. So yeah, I know now that's the way to go for April. So this is the last spread. This is today. And I think this video might get long, so I think I might stop here, and you'll probably see those in the next one. I hope you enjoyed this flip through of my Hobonichi for March. April is coming, and this red is back. Yes, I don't know if people like this. I forget. I know there's like a few colors that is like universally disliked, but I like all of them. I think they really bring the essence of that month. Oh, I love that July. July is my month. I'm born in July, so I like that blue. This is perfect. But yeah, anyways, too much rambling. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to leave a little comment below. I do read them, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!